How's it going, everybody? So today we're going to be making a very simple application. It'll be a number counting application where we can add 1 by clicking a button, subtract 1 all the way up to 0 and no more, and we can also reset the number. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so first things first, what you want to do is go ahead and create a React application. So npx create React app, and I'm going to call the application clicker app. Alright, so once you have that installed, we're going to go into the source folder and we're going to clear out all this information inside of here. And I'm going to do clicker because we will be creating a file called clicker and we're going to be importing it to app.js. It doesn't exist right now, so don't worry about that. Inside of source, we'll add a new folder called components, and inside of there we'll create a file called clicker.js. And I'm just going to copy all of this code and just paste it in here so we have some boilerplate so we can work with. Class clicker extends component, and I'm just going to import component right in here, component, and I'll do a render here. And I'm going to change this to clicker. Let's put a h3 that says connected. Get rid of this app.css. Save it, and right in here we'll just import clicker from /components/clicker. Alright, so I'm going to go inside of the clicker app folder and I'm going to run the application, make sure that everything is working. Alrighty, so everything is connected and we've set up the application. Alright, so first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to create a constructor with props and super props, and inside of there we'll do a this.state is equal to number, and we'll set that to 0. So this will be the number that we're going to change by adding or subtracting or resetting. And I'm going to get rid of this h3 right here, and I'll do this.state just to render the numbers, make sure that we can see that. And there we go. And I'll make 3 buttons that will be responsible for 1, adding, subtracting, and resetting. So I'll do add, copy this, paste it twice, and inside of here I'll do reset on the bottom, and I'll do subtract right there. Alright, so we're almost done with the application now, at least the functionality part of it. So I'm going to create 3 functions. One is going to be responsible for handling the reset, handling the addition, and handling the subtraction. So first thing, I'm going to do handle reset is equal to curly brace, and inside of here we'll do this.setState of number at 0. So whenever we click the button reset, it'll just reset the number back to 0. And the next function we'll do handle add is equal to curly brace, and we'll do this.setState of number, this.state.number plus 1. Now you can always just set this to a variable, but I'll just leave it like this because why not? And handle reset, same thing, create the function, and inside of here we'll do an if statement. So if this.state.number is less than or equal to 0, alert or console log, whichever you want to do, alert, you cannot go any lower. Else we will do this.setState of number, this.state.number -1. So if we save that, this won't work right now because we haven't applied it, so let's apply it right now. So right here we'll do an on click, and we'll just apply, first one is add, so it'll be handle add. I'll just copy this right here, paste it a couple times so it's easier for us, we don't have to type it over and over again. Handle add, handle subtract. Oh, I called the 2 handle resets, whoops. handle subtract. All right. And right down here, we'll do a handle reset to save that. And if we were to add it, we add the numbers, subtract it, we can subtract, but we can't go any lower than 0. And if we try to reset it, so let's go all the way up to 10, we click reset, and it goes back to 0. So that concludes the functionality part of the application. And the next part, we're going to be tackling the CSS portion of it. So let's get into it. Alrighty, so now we're going to focus on the CSS portion of the application. And there's a link in the description below for a link to a library called ReactJS. And you want to go ahead and install it. So you want to first copy this link, install that. Once that is done, you want to install these two right here. And then you want to import this into your source.index.js file. So let's do that right now, save it. Wait for that to install, and also install this after that's done. Once that is done, we're going to import this into our index.js file, which is right here in our source folder. Save it, reset the application, see if that works. Now we saw that the buttons got bigger, so it did work. You might get an error that says failed to compile. What you want to do is you want to npm I again, and then you want to reset the application, and that'll fix the error. Alright, now that we've installed the library, we're going to go in it and we're going to find buttons. So it'll be inside of components, find buttons, and we'll just get these right here. So it'll be import button from ReactJS, save that, and right in here. We'll leave these as is for now, but we'll just put them underneath. So it'll be capital button, and I'll do add. Actually, I'll just do this right now. So on click is equal to this dot handle add. Save this, paste it twice, and we'll adjust this. So this will be subtract handle subtract, and I'll do reset right here, and we'll do handle reset. Save that. Let's see if that would appear. There we go. We also need to give it the what's it called, the primary danger and all that sort of stuff. Oops. We want to give it the colors, so we'll do, for this one, we'll do color is equal to success. For this one, we'll do color is equal to danger, and for reset, we'll do color is equal to warning. Save that, see if that works. Perfect. Alright, so now that we have the buttons working, I'm actually going to zoom out of the page because it is looking weird. I'm going to create a div, and let's surround this button, this number around the div. Right there. And I'll give it a class name of total number. And also surround the actual buttons with the div as well, so we can make that easier for us when we do use CSS. And I'll give this a class name of buttons. Save that. That shouldn't break anything. And now we have everything in line. What we're going to do is we're just going to clean up a little bit, add a background color, and that'll be the application. So now we're going to import the app.css file into here. But really, if this is a full-fledged application, you might want to make your own clicker.css as well, but we'll just do it in the app.css for now. So it'll be app.css, and that would import it now instead of here. What we're going to do is, instead of app, we're going to add a width of 100%, align content at center, and we'll do a margin left auto, save that. Okay, and down here we'll just do a dot, what is the name of that div? It was called total number. So total number, and I'll do a background of light gray, not light golden. What is that? I don't even know what that is. Okay, so width at 24%, and margin auto. We'll also do a font size at 136 pixels, And that'll be it for that. What we're also going to do is button. Actually, we'll just apply the button CSS to it manually. So now we have this weird thing happening right here. To fix that, let's go into the console, hover over it, and see what we got going for that. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. So right here we have a width of 24. That might be a bit too small. So let's go up to 30. Save that. Perfect. And inside of the clicker.js, we're going to apply styles to these each of these buttons manually. So it'll be style is equal to border radius at 0. See if that works. Yep, there we go. It sort of moved. Now let's apply this to each button. Save and paste. Perfect. Actually, before I end the application, instead of the app.css, instead of doing, where is it? Instead of doing right here, instead of doing 30%, we'll just use em. So 1.51 em. Let me save that. You see it's a little bit out there, so let's see if I can do like 0.1. Oops. 0.1. See if that gives me what I want. That's pretty much good enough. And now if we move it around, it's still responsive enough that it works. If I zoom in a little bit, it's not blowing out of proportion. So that concludes the application. If we try it out, we can add a number, subtract a number, add some more numbers, and reset. Perfect. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this application and learned a lot. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.